children around the world, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. May you have the best day humanly possible. And for whatever goals that you have set forth for yourself on this day, as long as it benefits all of humanity, may those goals come to fruition. Okay, so today we know that the holidays is coming up. I call them family days. Anytime that people have the day off, they can spend the time as a family. That's a beautiful thing because when people are gathered together, change is always possible. But it's how much do we confront or deal with change and growth and unifying and harmonizing the family unit. Which brings me to a conversation that I had 2 days ago, and I was speaking with a friend, and she's culinary. She does culinary, but her specialty is baking. She's really really good at baking. So I had asked her. I said, can you make these biscuits that my great great grandmother used to make, and she made them from scratch. I mean, I remember as a kid, she put all this powder and flour and everything like out on the table, and then turned these things into like these little. I used to tie them in knots. I guess they call them knots, if I'm not mistaken. So she would tie, she would give them to me after she rolled them out. She'd be like, tie these in knots, and I would tie them in knots, put them on the, tray. But they were so good. I mean, even when it came to like holidays and dinners and stuff like that, gatherings, she would make them, and I would always go there. I would eat as much as I could of those because they were that good. And whenever she'd set them out, no matter who was around, those things were gone. So even though my friend, she doesn't know me, she doesn't know my great great grandmother. She was like, she's like, that's a lost recipe. She's like, I remember those too. She said, I always try to make them, but I can't make them. She said, I haven't found anyone who could. So she's like, ask your grandmother. I said, well, my great great grandmother been gone for a long, long time. So we got on the subject of, why, we were going back like through memory lane, remembering the times where, we would go to, she shares the same thing, where she would go to, her grandmother or, her aunt's house and, watch, cooking and stuff like that, and the joy that she got from it. So we were sharing experiences. And I said, the one thing that I missed from that time is, I said, is the morals and the values that we had at that time, where, it was required, that we go spend time with our grandparents and family members, excuse me, especially if they were elderly. And, the knowledge and the wisdom that they would give us. And, we don't have that anymore. We have micro families where everything is like, it's just changed and we don't have it. So today, which during that conversation, which brought me to a point and said, you know what? I said, let me come up with a story that, especially for this time of year, it's almost like a story that my grandmother would tell me, my great great grandmother would tell me while she was, cooking. She would always tell us like stories. So I'm going to share one with you, and there's a lot of insight in this story. So it's well worth hearing because it tells you how simple life can really really be. So going back, since we aren't going back, remember that commercial? So easy, a caveman could do it. So we got the cave people up on the screen. So we live in this now time, and we forget about everything, and we forget that at one time cave people were running. They didn't have no book, they didn't have no nothing. And it goes back hand in hand with what I said, that if people were born on an island, are they capable of love? So I'm gonna try to make that short, but please listen to this story, because you'll get a lot out of it, and you'll be able to, share some of what you got from this with other people because it's so simple. So, the name of this story is called The Caveman /Woman, Cave Woman, Who Stood Before God. So now, before we even start, it's not saying that God is your higher power. So for whoever's watching this is your higher power. You are either the caveman or the cave woman, so you have to put yourself in their position. So no matter what your religion is, that's the way your higher power is going to deal with you. So instead of using a physical person to represent God or higher power, it's just going to be light, like where Moses went before the fire. So it's going to be light used in this. But it's whatever religion that you are, and in this higher power is going to speak to you and deal with you in the same way as the things that you practice today. So now you have a you have um, you have a caveman or a woman, and the caveman, goes down, gets up in the morning, everything is good, kisses the cave woman, his wife, pats the kids. He's got 3 kids, pats them on the head, and goes about his way. He's like, okay, well, I gotta go and grab some water so they can get clean, and as well as for cooking. So he makes a beeline, does it every day, every morning, makes a beeline down to the river. Now on this day, unforeseen circumstances, a tree happens to fall, and the next thing he knows, he's wakes up and he's in a field. And now imagine this, where you're in a field and everything is beautiful, beautiful flowers, butterflies, the air, everything smells so beautiful. And then out straight out into the distance, you start to see all these little cottages, and you see lakes, and it's just beautiful all the way around. Then you start to see some mountains, and and the thing is, the sky is clear. I mean, crystal clear blue, aqua blue. And then you got these beautiful white puffy clouds. It's like there's no pollution, nothing in them. You're like, wow, I'm in heaven. So, you know, the caveman or woman turns back, to say, what's behind me? He turns back, and what the caveman or woman sees is, these skyscrapers, taxis flying around, and you see, he's looking, he sees like poverty in some places, and in other places he sees, just the middle class, everyday working, person, people, so he sees this, and he's confused, because it's like, wait a minute, if I'm in heaven, one way is this way and one way is this way. Where's the hellfire? Where's, so what's really going on? So this light appears, before, the caveman or cavewoman. And, caveman, cavewoman, still dressed in deer hide shoes with, bear wrapping for, warmth. So still in, not a change in clothes. You're still the same cave person, when the tree fell. So the light appears before, the cave person. So it says, the light speaks out, and it says, before you're judged, would you like to tell me, a little bit about yourself? And, I want you to know, that, I want to hear what you have to say, but, right after that, I'm going to take you back through time, through your life, so that you can experience, your life. So, I want to find the most suitable place for you, because you're going to spend the rest of eternity there. So I want to find something that's suitable. So maybe by you telling me something about yourself, it would help me to come up with with the proper decision, proper judgment. So the caveman slash cavewoman proceeds to say, hey, I pray constantly. I went to religious services every day, every week, whenever I could. I volunteered where I could. I gave to the less fortunate, and I'm a good parent, and my family needs me. Or if no kids, I'm a good person. And the caveman, cavewoman smiles. So after that, you're feeling good, because yeah, you did do some good things in life. So the light then goes on to speak in response, while taking this person back through their life. So the light goes on to speak and says, as you are aware, there is no book that brought you to this place. It was a tree. No group or religion can truly define my works, and my works is what you just looked at when you opened your eyes and you saw the beauty that I put upon this earth for you. And lastly, as a parent or a person, what or who are you comparing your parenting or your personality skills to? There's nobody here but you and me. So the light goes on to say, you see the stars, the trees, wildlife, and the seas. A home, a paradise to me. Within each human, there exists a choice, right or wrong, good or bad, just, unjust. So only by this, you're going to be judged. So what you did for others, that's not why you're here. So simple, a caveman can do it. So I leave you with a choice, and the choice is to do right or to do wrong. Something not found in a book, not found in a people, not found in volunteering, and not found in parenting. It's found in you. The light proceeds to bring the caveman or woman back through moments in time of their life. So now, after the exchange, as while the exchanges were going, they were heading to a certain place in time, and bam, now they reached it. So the caveman or woman sees themselves, and they're praying, at a campfire. They're sitting down and they're praying. And, as if the campfire is burning, people, they're getting ready to prepare, and they're going out for the hunt so that they can have something to eat to feed the tribe or the clan. So, right after the person prays, comes up with an excuse as to why they can't go out on the hunt, but they can prepare the fire. So, Now, flash forward, the caveman or cavewoman is now handing out food and supplies to the other clan members who are less fortunate, who don't have. Yet, as they go to prepare to grab the supplies and to grab the food, this is the food that is going bad, as well as the supplies that are outdated or damaged that they're passing off to, the other people within the tribe or clan that are less fortunate. So fast forward, the caveman or woman is now in the yard playing with the children and laughing and playing. Now remember that the caveman or cavewoman, you have 3 children. Now 2 of the children you play with and everything is good, but there's the other child, and that child is left out. That child's left behind and it's not treated the same as the other 3. So when the caveman or woman sees this, they just scream out, I get it, I get it, I get it. I guess this means that, hellfire and eternity, of suffering is where, where I'm going to spend my eternity. So the light proceeds to speak, and the light says, no, I'm love. I've always been love. So hate is not within me. In creation, there is love. In humanity, there is love. Yet how often did you look up or look around to see? So the green pastures that you see out there, where you see the huts off to the side, the rolling mountains, beautiful skies, blue clear water, the greenery, the trees and the flowers, you're still on earth. Yet those who you see in the garden are the ones who got it right. They see the heaven to come because I am with them, because they chose love. And in love, there is no sin if it is love. And love is a choice. And for this, I am with them. So behind you, you will return. No memory of today, nor will you remember this day. For you will be born anew, with a new opportunity to get it right. For all that you accomplished, your choices you did not make. For anything out of love given, no return must you take. So simple, a caveman or a woman could do it. The end. And what I want to leave you with is, this is how simple life is. This is how simple change is. This is how simple people can come together from all walks of life just by using and obeying that one commandment. In all doctrines, in all belief systems, it's the one thing that we want. It's the one thing that we choose less of. We live in a selfish world, and we have to get back to the things that made us whole. So this is dedicated to my great-great-grandmother, and her name is Ada Fuzzymore, that no matter what she believed in, the one thing that she agreed with is that there's a choice to love and there's a choice to hate. There's a choice to right and there's a choice to wrong. And even in the simplest things that we do, if we put motive into that mix, we are not doing it out of love. So go back, rethink this story, and think about how these things apply to your life and how you can make those little small changes in your life to make life better for others. And we know that, there's good, there's bad out there. But as long as you have love, remember, that light was with those who believe, not with those who listen to what was behind them. So continue to walk forward, continue to walk in your light, and continue to walk in love, because in love, all creation exists. So with that, everyone, have the most beautiful day, have an awesome day, and hopefully, you'll have time to spend time with people who are older, who have lived it, that can pass on this knowledge to our youth, because they really need us at this time. So with that, everyone, have an awesome day, and stay warm. And for those out there who are going through things, my prayers are with you. So have a great day, everyone. And with that,